It's the Sports King. Sports Kings.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the Bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the King.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
Guess I'd probably take it off of mute first. Oh, it's one of those days. Friday. Got my partner back in the building with me. Rob Calloway's back.
Yes, sir.
Collectively, we are the Sports Kings. This is Sports Kings Live, being heard once again, as always, via Spreaker.com. You guys can also download the Spreaker app for any mobile device you're using. Simply search Sports Kings Live. Give us a follow. Click the little thought bubble icon, and you can be involved in the show as well. You guys can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr. We're going to figure this Tumblr thing out. You know, I've only looked at it once or twice, and I'm not really the social media guru. You know, I learn stuff late when it comes to these things. But we're at Sports Kings Live. Our email address, sportskingslive@gmail.com. Now yesterday, you guys remember, if you joined us, it was a solo situation. Rob don't think I know. He told me this story, but I got sources that tell me he was down there at the Atlanta Hawks draft party getting it crunk.
That's a damn lie.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
I got sources, dude. I got spies everywhere, dude. They told me they saw Callaway down there.
No, but wait till I listened on my way home last night, though. Wait till I tell you what I heard.
Stunner shades on. You know what I'm saying? Rubbing elbows with Damari and Teague and them boys down there. I know. It's all good. You know?
Yeah, right.
That's more important. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
If anything, I was down there help shining up the Dominique statue.
You're ridiculous. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, yeah, there is one of number 21 Dominique Wilkins outside Phillips Arena. Suckers. Yeah. Okay. Wow. This is a different show than yesterday. Yesterday wasn't really. I'm never really sure. Like when I do the show by myself, I'm never really sure I got enough, and inevitably I do, and then I always have too much, and I have to like push things over. But it's part of my crazy psych out thing I do to myself. But today's show, we got a lot of stuff today. We got a lot of good stuff today, as a matter of fact. Of course, we have on this day. There was no question of the day today for the second day in a row, and I apologize for those two people, Mom and Dad. Thank you. Who I look forward to the question of the day. There was not one today. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it throughout the weekend though. I'm gonna start it up on the weekend and then try to take the momentum into the next week. But of course, we have on this day our daily look back in history as far as things that were historically significant that happened on this particular day. What else do we have today? Oh, the draft happened yesterday, didn't it? The NBA draft happened yesterday. Who knew? For all my hockey fans, I know none of you are here in Atlanta, but, if you're listening to us wherever you're at, there's a hockey draft today. How about that? Dude, did I ever tell you about the hockey combine? No, it's outstanding. No. It's nothing like you would ever think, and it's nothing like you've ever seen before. Like at one point, they put these dudes on a stationary bike and like put a mask over, like a breathing mask over their face, and I don't know what it's for. Because I wasn't trying to understand it in totality, but I was like, this is weird. It was like the first time I saw the NBA combine. I was like, this looks weird to me because it's not a bunch of huge human beings running 40-yard dashes and things like that.
Oh, and tights and shorts and stuff, right.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't see the entirety of what they have to, because I think they do it like the NBA, NFL, or both draft or combine. They do it in a couple of days. So the day I saw was the day they were kind of taking these biometric things of the players and all this kind of stuff. And they talked about the guy who actually introduced that form of evaluating players to the league. He was one of the trainers for a particular team. Don't ask me which one. But then he introduced it to the league in its entirety, and they started incorporating it into their combine. Yeah, it was outstandingly different. I'm not saying it was good or bad. It was just one of those things where I saw it and I was like, wow, I never saw this before.
Well, let me tell you what's weird though. That I was watching NBC Sports, I think it was, and they were talking about the guy that's going in the first round. He was on Dan Patrick today. I forget his name, but Patrick tried to give him a nickname, and he didn't take too well to it. He told him, he was like, yeah, has anybody called you the frozen one before? He was like, why would anybody call me the frozen one?
Yeah.
He was like, the spin off the chosen one.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought it was clever. But on NBC Sports, they were talking about him, and it was like they almost gave a whole rundown. They were like, he's going to be selected number 1 by whoever. Now, this guy's going to be selected number 2. This guy's going to be selected number 3. And I'm like, how the hell do y'all know this?
Yeah, Linda Cohn talked about it, too. It's already set. Who's going to go where? It's not no mystery.
Why the hell are they going through with this? Then why are they doing this?
Well, because this other players getting drafted. I mean, like every player is not already slotted, but the first couple of guys, the better guys, everyone knows already where they're going. What else we got today? We got big news for the gays, or should I say, gay community? Either way, big news for them today. So we'll talk about some of the reactionary things that were said and tweeted around the world of sports in regards to that. We're going to talk a little bit about STDs today, and young entrepreneurship, sort of. Like in one case, definitely. In one case, definitely. In the other case, not so much. Where else do we? Oh, and we got to give you our take on last night's NBA draft. Some of the things that came out of that. I actually ran the picks live, Rob. We got through 10, I believe. We got through the 10th pick. So I ran them all live in between whatever commentary I was making at the time. Also caught some CFL football last night. How about that? I was all over the place. Yeah, the Montreal Alouettes.
Michael Sam is back.
Yeah,
Michael Sam is back.
Screw that dude. You know, well, somebody. I don't know, whatever. And yeah, big news out of the world of the NFL as far as the HGH testing goes. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What else do we have here? Oh, more gay news. Yeah, we got some gay news. We got a bunch of gay stuff going on today on the show. What a Friday. Absolutely. Gay Friday. Here we go. But first, let's
happy Friday to you too, brother.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. What do you think I meant? Yeah. What do you think I was talking about, dude? Yeah. Gay Friday to everyone. So last night's NBA draft. I love doing it live because of what happened, and I can react immediately. Like, I don't know how many other people are doing a show at this time, this right at this moment, but it was so awesome, dude. That the stuff that I was seeing and the way it was happening, you couldn't script it. First and foremost, let me give you the rundown on I'll give you the first 10 picks. At 1, of course, Karl Anthony Towns went to the Minnesota Timberwolves. At number 2, and this is why yesterday I titled the name. I named the show what I named it. You know, with the second pick, the Los Angeles Lakers choose ? Because this pick was going to kind of throw at least the first couple of picks in to a little bit of a frenzy. But at number 2, out of Ohio State, the Lakers picked D'Angelo Russell, big left-handed point guard with what they're saying is the vision of Magic Johnson. And at number 3, this was the first laughable moment last night. The Philadelphia Sixers, Sky Point to the Philadelphia 76ers. They picked Jahlil Okafor. You say, well, Mike, why is that? If you're not a big NBA guy, person or lady or guy, you're like, why is that a thing? That dude was like a beast in college. Yeah, he was, but so was the dude they picked last year, who's also 7 feet, and the dude they picked the year before that. That's 7 feet as well.
Yeah, 20 feet of bull. As Mike would say, 20 feet of bull.
They got 20 feet of talent. 20 feet of a lot of talent.
I know.
But what they don't have, they traded away their Rookie of the Year point guard, Michael Carter-Williams, to the Milwaukee Bucks. So I got $10 on the table right now in 5 seconds. Who can tell me who the point guard of the 76ers is? 4, 3, 2, 1. And of course no one knows because it was Michael Carter-Williams. I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even give myself the $20. I have no idea who he is. And nor should you. No one should know. But because
Isaiah Canaan.
All right.
And some dude named Ish Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
Ish.
So that's so apropos. So with the Lakers taking D'Angelo Russell instead of Jahlil Okafor, the 76ers decide, their draft strategy is we take the best player available. I'm never a fan of that. We talk about that during the football season. I'm a dude that says draft the best player available for your system. Whatever it is that you do, whoever's the best at that, not necessarily reaching for need. I'm not a fan of that either. People reaching for need. I've made that very clear over the last couple of years. But whatever player is at your position, this is why last year, God, what's the kid's name? The kid that plays guard for the Dallas Cowboys. Everyone had a second-round grade on him. Some people had a third-round grade on him. Zach Martin, right? And the Cowboys was like, nope, this is the guy we want. And this is where we want to take him. They took him. Guess what he did? Yeah, he was an all-pro as a rookie. So there's that. Yeah, go get your player. But this whole, I'm going to get the best player available, whether I need him or not. Okay, cool. So Jahlil Okafor is going to Philadelphia. God help him. And then 4 came. And Rob, last night when this pick was made, I was coming back from the second half. Yeah, from the first hour break. So the intro was running. I didn't run this pick live, obviously, because the intro was running. And I'm not hearing it either. So all I have is the visual. And I see people with Knicks jerseys on, booing and thumbs down. And I see a kid put his hands in his head. I swear, this is not confirmed. I can neither confirm or deny this, but it looked like certain people rolling up their sleeves and pulling out straight razors, exposing their wrist and pulling out straight razors. I was like, what the hell is happening? And this kid isn't from here, so he doesn't realize. I don't think he realizes. They're not booing him. They're booing the decision. And it's like two different things, because even me, initially, I was like, damn, that's got to be crazy. This dude's coming over from Spain. He getting booed the first time some Americans put their eyes on him. But I was like, nah, that ain't what it is. They're booing the pick because guys like Emmanuel Mudiay were still there. Somebody to come in and maybe contribute right away. But, you heard Phil Jackson today talk about this kid. Matter of fact, I didn't say his name, but Kristaps Porzingis was the number 4 pick out of Spain, but the team is called Latvia. Is that it?
Latvia, something like that.
One of them. So he's a 7.
Well,
go ahead.
No, I was just saying, man, that and I think the other day we were talking about. I was talking about certain coaches and how you never really knew how good they were because they were always blessed with talent. And I was talking about Phil Jackson being one. And the one thing that we've never had to witness, we never witnessed Phil have to coach an NBA franchise without a superstar player. And we've never seen Phil Jackson have to construct an NBA roster. And, I'm not sure how this dude is going to turn out, but right now, man, Phil is failing, dude. He's failing.
How can you tell after 1 year?
Well, 1 year.
He signed Carmelo. Got Carmelo back in town. He got rid of a bunch of expiring contracts, giving the Knicks hella cap room.
Well, okay. Now let me say, and don't let me say he's failing. All right, let me just back up. I feel like this is going to be a bigger job than he thought it was going to be. I'll say that.
No, I think he knew it was. This is why he signed on for 5 years. I think he knew what kind of undertaking it was. The problem with them is going to be, and I didn't realize this today, they don't have a pick next year. So the free agent thing is going to have to work out.
Oh, they gave up their pick. Trade one of those players or something? Is that what happened?
I don't know the story behind it. I was reading today, and they was like, that's
the last thing they need.
That they have another 24 months to figure out what they're going to do in the draft again. So, yeah, they've got right now, they're in the Eastern Conference, 1. So that's a plus. Carmelo will be back healthy next year. And we'll talk about the trade that happened between the Atlanta Hawks and the Knicks in a minute here. They've got a young guy.
This is gonna be a rough week. This is gonna be a rough week for Melo, even though he's seen it already. But it's like you frustrated because the team didn't draft the player you wanted, and your wife's gonna get banged on Power this weekend. Like,